Monster kill!
Battle begins.
Again, break isn't easy to come by, and they have nothing that's going to guarantee turn them to face you. They've got good interrupts as well if you're getting off a dismember, right? Maybe once you get into the BKB on Armel, you could start to take fights, but I feel like the Bristle might just be a little bit too strong.
Yep, I do think one thing that Fnatic have on their side is the fact that they haven't entered the puck. I do think there's a lot of issues. I believe China like this Pudge into puck matchup. They will have ways to be able to catch Ori across the map. If they can slow him down, then Baboka isn't really on that roaming hero as well that can really control the tempo like the Tiny, like the Earth Spirit. So Fnatic have to win their lanes and have to kind of shut down the puck and go from there before the Bristle comes online.
All right, boys, game number one. What were we thinking? Matt?
I'm saying Aster.
Yeah, I'm
Aries.
Aster as well. Yep.
All right, Aster fanboys here on the couch. Let's see if there's any more Aster fanboys in the caster's couch, because it's Avo and Keza.
Thank you, Philuk. Kezu, you were the Aster fanboy in the prediction, so are you going full in for this Bristle Black?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with what I thought before. So in this draft, what we saw is the last pick Dawnbreaker. And this hero, I think, has a very hard time in some of the fights where you play into overwhelming team fight, where either there's already like 20 things in the fight by the time you jump in, or there's even more once you get in, like heroes such as Winter Wyvern, Phoenix, and so on. And in this game, there's a Coil, a Tombstone, Arena, Silencers, and a very tanky Bristleback. So I prefer the lineup of Aster just slightly. Fnatic, you know, they have a lot of very strong laning heroes, Monkey King, Dawnbreaker, Pudge, so that's where they want to speed up the game, kind of abuse Aster a little bit, and set the tempo in the early game.
Yeah, it does seem like the lanes at least should favor them. They did force this Pudge versus Puck matchup, which I know Chinese teams and SCA teams both favor a lot when it comes to the Pudge. And hopefully the snowball comes from there. That seems to be their strategy for the most part. I would agree with you. This seems like a pretty free Bristleback game, though. I am also, particularly Kezu, a really big fan of the Undying. I think this hero is kind of a little bit broken, and people are starting to discover it now. The decay change is ridiculous.
I played against this hero yesterday, and when you see this guy cast decay in the lane, apart from the changes where he doesn't lose the HP later on either, it looks like he's just playing turbo mode. Like, this guy's cheating when he casts decay.
Right.
It looks like it has 0 cast point. It's actually, it looks very funny. We'll get
the
to see
cast
it
point is ridiculous. It is actually like a huge improvement, but like you said, the change of the debuff buff modifier, it is massive. I can't wait for people to start trying the Undying with like an Axe build, because now it's actually like legit. It's really exciting. I'm glad they picked it.
Might have a little fight here on the runes, as Fnatic already have a couple heroes here on the top rune.
Yeah, Pichu hits DJ once. Look at, oh wow, such fast DK. Anyway, it doesn't matter because the bounty runes were lost, but did you see that DK timing, Kezu? Incredible. Clap, clap, clap.
Love it. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, the start with the bounty runes is great for them. We've talked a little bit about the mid lane matchup. When that goes well, we can deal with that later. But let's talk about the side lanes first. If we sell with the Undying, is he good enough to deal with the Dawnbreaker Shaman, or should Fnatic be able to win this top lane if they go for stakes and the right positioning?
I believe traditionally Undying is good against strength heroes, but there's always a few exceptions, like the ones that are very strong or the ones that can help their support fight. Rasa also a hero that traditionally is actually one of the better heroes against Undying, because you have super high damage. So you can man fight him a bit, and then eventually you have shackles and your support can help you. But right now you can see the level 1 definitely favoring Team Aster here with the Quill Spray, the Decay. But I believe like level 2 and 3, if they get these stick charges up, they have high HP. There's definitely a lot of kill potential for Fnatic. So right now I think it favors Aster, then like minute 1 to 4 or like 2 to 4 it's Fnatic favored, and then it goes back into Aster's favor.
Right. So you'd say that like the favor for Fnatic is definitely the ability of them getting these kills. They're never going to really out harass the enemy, right, in this lane?
Yeah, like level 2, 3, like they're getting close to it now. Jabs with a lot of stick charges.
Yeah, they're really committing to Pichu. Jabs used the wand already, and he knows if he overcommits here, he is just going to die. Trying to use the Tango while he's low strength to heal a bit more, but that he doesn't get the healing back though, so that's the big change. Let's look at the bottom lane as well, if you don't mind, Kezu. With Enchantress plus Monkey King versus Mars and Hoodwink. Who's the favorite in this lane?
This is, again, like you have a similar matchup as top, right? Undying traditionally good against strength heroes, but Dawnbreaker a little bit of an exception. I think Monkey, Mars, still a pretty good matchup for Monkey King, but on the flip side, Mars also one of the better melee heroes that can lane up against you. You have 2 spells to, you know, push him away from you. You have the Arena later to perhaps cut the trees. So again, in terms of the lane, it's going to be very even. It's going to be a lot of trading battle. I think it's mainly up to the supports, actually, how this bottom lane will fare out.
Yeah, it's true. The Hoodwink Mars combination is always a difficult one as well. You got to make sure to bushwhack first and then into the spear, and that's not always the easiest thing to execute on, because the spear destroys the tree. So we'll see how Aster managed to do this. Both offlanes seem to have a lot of kill potential. Is that what we're trying to play around? As Jabs does this little creep skipping, acknowledging what your point was, which is they can't stay in lane. They can kill, but they cannot stay in lane.
Yeah, like I believe, again, if they get to level 3 in an okay timing and they get to perhaps harass one of these heroes down to below 75% HP, then they can actually score kills. But if they never get Aster into like this threshold of below 80%, then I don't even think they're ever going to have a chance to kill, and then they will lose this lane over time for sure, because the Ring of Health will come out on a Bristle with the spam. And I'm also interested to see the Undying skill build. For now, he has Tombstone. I've seen people play around with both the decay into Soul Rip or higher levels Tomb, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, as the Tombstone gets dropped, Jabs is directly attacking it. There is no Soul Rip just yet, so the Tombstone will go down. Jabs trying to get away with a stun plus the Shackles, healing up DJ a little bit, but Jabs really, really low. One last decay. Actually cannot kill from afar anymore because it deals 0 damage. So all it can do is reduce your HP, but I think Jabs messed up there and he dies regardless. Okay, that was not as hype as I expected it to be.
The decay, like the minus HP, right? The lower HP on these heroes with these quills are really starting to add up. Like, I believe Bristleback alone already sometimes catches you off guard with the amount of damage he does. And now you're missing like 80 HP, 160 HP, and then suddenly these quills just feels like you're instantly dead. So they overplay a little bit as they go again on top with a little bit of harass with Shackles. Yeah,
but Monet unfortunately was facing their back, or was facing the other way rather, which means this damage was not as high as they would hoped, and they can't really force this into a kill. At least the Undying is now out of mana, so Pichu might not be that useful for a little bit. There's the Shackles, another attempt at Bristleback's life. And this time they're hitting him from the front. It might work out. With Ether Shock, Monet dies. DJ took a lot of Quill Spray stacks as the Undying chases after him. Gets that long range claws, and he's going to get the kill on the Shaman. As in the bottom lane, a similar attack happens. And it's going to be the offlaners from Aster who also get similar kills. But losing nobody.
Yeah, it just seems like the lanes are kind of in a state where if the two offlane duos get to use their spells on the enemy carry without the support either being nearby to intercept or help or, you know, trade away some of the harass, and they can just get those kills done. As bottom, Mars is leading in the net worth. It's only by 200 gold, but this will have quite a big impact, especially if you can get 6 or out-level the Monkey King as Mars. You always have a lot of play potential. Even if you just run up, if their Primal Spring away, you can cast the Arena to cut them off the trees, even if the Arena is like 500 range away. So bottom lane, you know, maybe a little iffy to come in about a minute or so.
We'll see as once again the Cheddars left the lane and Monkey King is alone. Have they realized this? Boboka already goes in. There's the bushwhack first into the spear. Well done. And that's going to be Palos in trouble. Oh, no, they don't actually want to follow this up. Never mind. No more mana and XSS, and there's no stick on him either. So God's Rebuke was impossible to be used.
Yeah, he's getting a Soul Ring right now on Mars, so he's going to have mana at the ready, which top lane.
Yeah, they caught Pichu and they kill him immediately. Drops a Tombstone. Fnatic wants to collect the gold from this Tombstone. Jabs is thinking twice about it as DJ keeps on hitting it, hexing up the Bristle pack, and the Bristle gets the deny. Well done. Jabs might have to TP here. He's in a bit of a pickle. Only one Quill Spray stack on him. He's actually going to just creep skip instead.
I believe that at this point, this is the right thing to do. The Monet has his Vanguard ready, so basically, top lane has... They pretty much did their job. The Bristleback is now self-sustainable in this lane. I don't think that you can pressure him at all anymore. Pichu TPs to mid. Uh-oh, he's coiled.
He's gonna die to auto attacks from Palos, and Boundless Strike is mid lane. Armel also falls here to Pichu's rotation. Kills all over the map. Kezu.
Indeed, at mid lane they dropped the coil on XXS. He did hook the haste root and popped it, but with the TP mid by Undying to refill the bottle, the coil snaps, they get the kill on him. And yeah, as you were mentioning, XXS also dying bottom. So good job here by Fnatic bottom with the Orb of Corrosion on the Monkey King, you know, getting a lot of stuff done with the minus armor. So top lane, as we were mentioning, this Bristleback is not really gonna get pressured anymore. So I'm not quite sure how they want to go about this in terms of how Fnatic want to allocate the heroes, as Jabs is gonna TP top. probably just try to, you know, get some farm himself, get some XP. But DJ should be looking to roam unless they have an intention of bringing the Pudge top. That's basically the only way they can kill top ever.
Right, and that's what DJ is doing as he goes down bottom. Bubblecup is the target. Palos, I don't know, he used a lot for that initiation. Does the boundless strike at the very least, but they won't be able to kill Ababoka. Januel is now dealing with 2 hungry zombies. Kills one, kills the second one, that's fine. They're not going to engage on this. Armel was even coming bottom just to secure a kill here, but it's tough with a tombstone.
Absolutely, the tombstone is too strong right now. One of the good timings that I can see right now for Fnatic is by the time that they have the arena, Jab should have his Solar Guardian, which I believe is going to allow them to counterplay, but he might be in a bit of trouble top as Ori was. He was fishing for a play, but since the Ruin is spawning soon, he's going to make his way over there. Should be one of the next objectives in this game, as Pichu is also looking to stack up the triangle. Forest Bristleback, who's going to be very happy about that later.
Armel, you could see an opportunity against Ori. Ooh, that was not the hook he was looking for. And he's still stuck in the Dream Coil as rotations are coming in. Pichu is here. The Tombstone also got dropped earlier, so he doesn't have it here. But Bubblecup won't die at the beginning. There's a Solar Guardian hoping to help out Armel. Armel tanky enough. Flesh Sheep is down, but it doesn't really matter because Ori is down too. And Januel even wants the courier here, making sure to kill Ori and his family here.
He gets the DD rune on the edge. He slaps down the Hoodwink, and then we're just gonna call it a great bait by Armel, where he runs in, tanks some spells, baits him all the way to his tier 1, and then jabs with a, you know, nicely timed Solar Guardian, as we touched on. Thought it was more likely for it to be used bottom, but I mean, Coil and Mars a bit similar, right? They lock down people, but the damage takes a while to come in, so he gets to turn it around as XXS is currently farming some stacks.
Double damage just expired though. DJ at least has a shackles, but here come the reinforcements. However, the hook this time will hit from Armel. Dismember onto this, and the run's hoping to finish off XXS. Does try to get the spear off, doesn't get it in time. Palos with a boundless strike also will stun the puck and kill him. Armel dies for this, and Palos is now joining the fray. They finally got rid of the tombstone, which is Bubblecup might be at the mercy of Palos, chasing into the trees, and they'll get the kill onto the Hoodwink. Final here will be Pichu. Can they get to him in time? Palos has the Primal Spring, but only one jump, and decides it's better to just go back to farming. You see, when he's baiting, he misses the hook, Kezu, but when he's not baiting, he hits it perfectly. That's next level from Armel. Truly an actor.
We'll have to keep paying attention to him, as I need to point out the bottom lane level difference is very high. That's a level 5 Mars to a level 8 Monkey King. And also how Fnatic have played their heroes. Maybe I can get this point across before they go on this Bristleback on top, as Monkey TP's there. But Monet, he sniffs out something. So what I wanted to mention is how Fnatic were playing their heroes, right? We said that it was hard for them to pressure the Bristle top from like minute 5 to 8 with him just getting the Vanguard. So DJ moves bottom, they use all the heroes there. They understand that there might be stacks in a triangle, right? So they move over there, play some ward, force a fight, which is also great. Monkey King loves these fights because as a carry, it's so easy for you to connect into this area, right? You can jump over trees, Primal Spring over. So really like what Fnatic are doing with their lineup right now.
Yeah, and with this, they're going to start rotating to top, hoping to take a tier 1, seemingly trading these tier 1s, as Aster tries to do the same thing bottom. But Januel's already here to defend this tier 1. Or maybe just
he has the skeleton creep, our favorite.
He does.
Should you just not get changed, somehow. No, he's just sending it mid.
Yeah, that's the 8-click the ground, right? That's the play. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. There's no untouchable though, so they're actually baiting on this Enchantress. Solar Guardian,
I'm not sure who's baiting who.
Jabs, I think he got baited by his own.
I mean, I think Ench is baiting, but he's baiting his team. So yeah, that was
Well, they took mid because of this.
I feel like they would have gotten that one. I think with the Ench bottom alone, this would have happened. But either way, it's not too bad for them, right? As they're pinging. I saw a ping on Roach. I'm not sure if he was like, yo, DJ, drop these Rasa wards on the Roach. But I think they second guessed it, rightfully so. I don't think they should be doing that just yet, as they're eyeing XXS top. They don't want this guy to push out this lane.
True, I'm not a dismember, but a little bit scary. Yep. Oh. Palos at least avoids the spear. In goes Pichu. Pichu will tank a couple of monkey hits. Palos stays in a circle just to, you know, pretend like his ultimate was well utilized.
Well, I guess rotations force and look kind of interesting. Usually, when you get to the stage of the game, the idea of Fnatic here is to make sure that this Mars doesn't get to run down the lane top, which is what you see Jabs do bottom right now. This is very good for your map progression because now you're gonna get a lot of info. The carry's gonna have to show, and of course, it allows you to recover a lot. So I like that they went for this little play, force some TPs, you know, some spells used here or there. Game kind of going a bit stale. As now the Fnatic, now they're doing Roche. Now they have the Ench backup with a creep, he can tank, they have the Rasta wards, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be theirs.
We even have over corrosion on Palos for a little bit more, and we have untouchable now, level 6 on Junwell, which is what he got from that bottom experience sapping. Oh, they're trying to get that. They're all trying to compete for the last hit. Truly SCA Dota here.
I need the money. No, I need the gold.
I don't know who got it in the end, but
I actually think Pudge's Rod got it. I think the Monkey Stun was off the mark. Yeah, like while he was hitting and using Rod, I think he got that one.
Oh, later though, because Januel's in trouble. Sharpshooter, goodbye to the
they're gonna get a +1 here, I think.
They are. DJ's in trouble himself. We have Illusory Orb in 2 seconds. DJ does still have the Hex though, but a really angry Piglet's coming at him, squealing at him. Boundless Strike, stopping the Mars. They're actually baiting on DJ, and this seems like a better bait. No, never mind, I spoke too soon. DJ's already dead. They broke the Monkey King's Cree, and Jabs is in trouble himself. They're gonna kill off Jabs as they also find Palos. Someone cancel his TP, or they have the damage they do. Baited again by their own team.
Man, Pudge, you take my Roche last hit, you don't give me the Aegis. What are you actually doing? No, but for real, this is
happening to
They need to be more careful, right? Fnatic, they're playing really well so far, but these Solar Guardians, as I touched on earlier, it's not the easiest to execute this game, right? There's a very high chance that you may mess up and you're just gonna jump into your death. So I would like them to set up scenarios more where the spell gets used more aggressively, or maybe not for him to land in an arena tombstone, you know, coil quill sprays, because they still have this Aegis, they're doing great. Bristleback is still a little bit away from his Ags, as mind you, I'm probably saying some shit right now, because he actually has it in like half a minute. So it's getting a little scary, but they have their Aegis. When they have their spells up, I would just like them to use their spells more in cohesion together and make it easier for each other rather than baiting Jabs to feed away his game.
Right, exactly. Maybe go for a more consistent initiation rather than trying to bait on someone of your supports, right? That seems like a tall order as well. You have a Pudge. Pudge has Aegis. Armel almost has BKB as well. It's a pretty huge timing for them. Maybe they can play around that with the smoke.
Yeah, they don't really have any stop to his BKB Dismember. It's not too easy for him to reach that initial target, I do think, which is a bit of a problem. And I do believe that in the next couple of minutes we may see a little bit of the problems as bottom tower is getting attacked by some skeletons. Would love to point that out, my favorite creep.
All right, I saw.
And now we have to look at top next. Mr. XXS is doing the good old running down top lane. For now, he is sniffing out something though, and he might get to TP.
Not been caught. Wow.
For the player. At mid lane, Armel.
He has Aegis on him. Okay, Jabs, you know what to do. Jabs, you're ready, right? On the second life, that's the bait, Jabs, you know it. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life, Jabs. What are you gonna do? Will we let it slip away? Yes, he will. Yes, he respected it. All right, Jabs. Improvement. However, they still got close to the fight. DJ's in trouble himself. DJ is going to die too. Yeah. And Januel at least gets away, but I don't think this tower can, so that's going to be a free tower for Aster too.
Absolutely. So now when we need to look at it from Fnatic's point of view, what do they need to do different in order to actually fight? As Januel, maybe overstepping a little bit, as XXS is in a perfect position, reviewed spear. Let's look at some of their item timings. Because right now it is really not easy for them to fight. It is not particularly easy for them to catch a hero either, right? And then set up the Solar Guardian aggressively. Right now, they need to push these side lanes, as they did now. It's a very good job pushing up both the side lanes. And I believe you need at least one more BKB, or perhaps the Shard on Dawnbreaker plus BKB on Monkey King. And I just think that right now your teammates need a bit of breathing space to get some of these items. Maybe you get the dagger on Rasta as Ori bottom.
Oh, he missed Drink Well. That's an opportunity for Palos to kill him. They get the stun out. Really well done by Jabs down the Starbreaker. That's enough to kill Ori, so small win here for Fnatic. A little bit of breathing space that you were asking for.
Yeah, that works great. Like pushing out these side lanes and looking for more of these one pick off into two hero plays.
What a ward! Boboka knew the smoke dispelled and he immediately warded, and that detected Armel, so well done, Boboka. Great 6th sense on him.
Yeah.
And now Aster's actually coming in for the counter smoke. Fnatic might have overstayed the welcome. Fnatic, they dropped the sentry now, but it's a little bit too late. Hunter's boomerang to add some damage. DJ's already done, and Armel falls shortly after.
Just a beautiful read off the map there. So obviously he knew that his puck was just recently killed bottom, so that they may be around, and they do just see Palos on this nice ward that they have bottom. They know he's in this tree line.
Palos? Oh no. Oh, okay, he actually got off the tree before the arena broke it.
Jump off, but he can still be dead.
But they still hit him with a spear, so Palos will die.
Yeah, this is a bit of the problem. So when you play Mars into Monkey, I mean, we touched on it earlier, right? Even if you don't get cut off the tree, you don't have any trees left to jump on either after. So you're basically just stuck there without a BKB. So nice job by them. The warding and vision game by Aster definitely on point. Nice read by Boboka earlier, got off a great ward. And I'm not sure who, this ward on bottom, which just netted them. This kill was played by Pichu earlier, so great job by them. They're gonna take this tier 2 outpost, and then again, as we talked about some of the other casts, when you're ahead, the enemy team doesn't want to fight you. You take their tier 2, you take the outpost, and you look to flip the map right away and shut them out of your own jungle. Don't give them any space to breathe.
That's exactly what Aster is doing. Fnatic, what is the big item time that we're looking for? Is it the BKB on Dawnbreaker? When are they ready to force a fight? Will they be ready to force a fight ever?
Yeah, absolutely. The double BKB timing, so Jabs is not going to go for Shard. He will split his Echo Saber, which I believe is absolutely correct, and it looks like Palos will be doing the same thing. Until then, you want to play side lanes, try to abuse the fact that you have Rasta, right? A very good hero at catching out people that are somewhat alone with the Hex and the Shackles. That's the best bet for you to fight now, and then once you have that double BKB, you can look to be more aggressive, as Jabs is in his own triangle, but whose triangle is it really?
Yeah, it's true. Jabs, I think he's realized he does not have the Hunter's Boomerang, so
Solar Guardian
instead, and he does make it away. Dreamcoil will not cancel that ultimate. It will snap, though, on the way out.
Well, that's a successful Solar Guardian, if you look at this game. At least it makes him get out instead of dying. So nice job by him. It's not too often you see like the get out Solar Guardian, but well played by him. It's gonna give him the space for the BKB. And so far the game, even Aster are taking these towers, so they're happy with it. But considering the situation, Fnatic should be, well, they shouldn't be happy with what's happening, but they're making the best out of it, right? They're getting out these side lanes, they're getting some timings, and they should look to, I think, have a fight going soon. With these double BKBs and the link on DJ, it's going to be one of their best shots at bringing back this game.
And that second BKB is about to be finished on the Monkey, or third BKB now, I guess, on Palos. As Pudge has not really been able to use his either, so we technically have triple BKB timing here.
We do. I wonder if Armel, should he go for a Blink or all in this Axe? I could see a world where you go Blink, so that it's not only the Rasta able to go in, but that you can help your team too. Well, let's see, as they're looking like they want to perhaps group up and defend the top tower.
Or maybe it's just Jabs alone once again, yet it's BKB. That has been baited, if anything. At least the Dreamcoil got used for this. But Aster knows to retreat. They're just going to wait out this BKB and probably re-engage afterwards. Fnatic, however, they have different plans. They set up a smoke. They want to make sure to take over the high ground. And they somewhat do, at least the vision. Junwell stayed a little bit too long. Oh, never mind. He actually took out 2 wards. Dies afterwards, but he did his job.
Worth it, absolutely. Now we have the cast range talent on Bristleback, which I believe brings the goo range back to what it was in the previous patch without the talent, back to 800. So definitely one you need. I do think in these type of triangle engagements, of course, they weren't quite ready, but if you have a hook into any hero, even the Bristleback before his BKB, which this timing is kind of closing, as his BKB is very close to be done. But that's one way where how you can play around the arena and the Undying Tombstone, right? If you get to this position, one of the heroes. Of course, not the easiest task to go for, but the best way how Fnatic will be able to fight is either to hook someone into you or try to catch the Undying off guard. I think this Tombstone will be a huge issue for them. Like, we didn't really touch too much on their heroes, but they don't have the best Tombstone hitting heroes. Unless it's maybe casted next to Rasta wards, as those, of course, traditionally are a very good Tombstone counter. But Pudge is not the type of hero that wants to hit a Tombstone with his BKB in a teamfight.
No, exactly. So the best, what would you say the best target for hooking then? Would it be the Undying?
Anyone who doesn't have a BKB, I would say Puck, you cannot ask for him to be hooked. It's gonna depend a bit on the situation. Perhaps you can do a blink hex into hooking the guy into you. I think that would be a very nice combo. It would also set up even for the bristleback, right, to be hooked into dismembered, into then a Monkey King ring. I think this is like their best way of fighting. You need to get on a guy and then drop the ring on top so that you amplify your team fight and the tombstone and the arena don't just come in after and overpower you.
Right. Now they go for a smoke run. He comes from behind. There's going to be the hex. There is what we're asking for the whole time. It's the puck. It's perfect, but Ori got away in time. They wasn't any dismember ready, and now DJ's already dead. Now looks like at least to catch Ori a second time, but they don't have the damage just yet. But Phase Shift saves him. It's only going to be Pichu dying here. Ori has taken a lot of damage, but Jabs couldn't quite finish him off, which means that he'll still be a nuisance in this fight, as he has a Dream Coil going for Armel next. Armel in trouble, has no BKB, tries to hook more people to him, and tries to make this a party, but unfortunately, Armel is going to be the only casualty.
How did the puck survive? I may need to see the replay on that.
Close to him to hook him.
I guess so. He got hexed. I don't know. I guess the shackles were also cancelled later. It was a great arena, like 5-minute arena with all the bristleback spells coming out. It's obviously a good effort by Fnatic and one of the better fights that they could take around the second Roche. You can't just let Aster, you know, have a free ride at this one. But as we see the replay here, so they get the Blink Hex on him, Solar Guardian, the Bushwhack just instantly intercepted the combo, and they couldn't really reach the hook with Armel here. And once their initiation, you know, kind of misses, and there's a 5-man arena, this fight will just slowly, you know, get run down with the Bristleback, his QW stacking up, the BKBs wearing down. And then they just basically get, they just get run down because they have nothing left in the tank.
Right. So if this initiation didn't quite go the way that Fnatic was hoping for, that's an understatement. What are the next item times they're looking for, or they're looking to shift their strategy now? Like, how can they propose team fights that are easier for them? Is it Pudge Blink exploration time?
Again, now that they have Aegis on Bristleback, I think fighting 5-on-5 again is out of the question. I think you're shaping back to the let's push side lanes a bit, look for potential to split up Aster, and again try to use our Rasta Blink Dagger, allow Armel. So he did finish his Ags now. As I stated before, the Blink Dagger on him will help him because, I mean, I must even say now, I believe if he had Blink last fight, it could have been great for them. But, you know, sometimes you will go for these plays, sometimes you don't feel it. That's absolutely great. Or, you know, that's fine and it happens. But now they understand that he needs this Blink. They should help him and allow him to get to this timing without bleeding too much in this game. They're 8k down. Aster will not make it easy for them. So they need to stick to the side lanes, have the Dawnbreaker, push out. Basically what they're doing right now is perfect. They have Rasta with the guy who can kill, which is Monkey King. Dawnbreaker is top. Trying to, you know, just squeeze out the map and make it hard for Aster to shut down the map even more.
Okay. If you're Aster, then how do you force the 5-on-5 that you're looking for as you kill Jabs in the top lane?
Well, that's step one. As Armel, he's gonna be okay. Yes. So the best thing you can do is that you slowly push in the lanes, and then you have one of two choices. You either A, you know that you can just run down one lane because you're so strong and maybe their D push isn't good enough. Or B, you do it in a more slow fashion where you push out the side lanes, you help someone run down another lane, which is basically what they just did top, the Puck +1, killing the Dawnbreaker, and then you connect after, which seems like it's kind of exactly what they're doing now. They push into side lanes a bit, then connect with the one lane, and I think they want to force the issue here on the high ground. They only need to be aware of a hook. They can drop a tombstone on the high ground for vision. It's Puck who can always silence Orb, and it definitely looks like they're going to run up this high ground and start hitting it and forcing a reaction from Fnatic.
I'm not afraid of anything. Jabs just came back though, but like you said, the 5-on-5 engagement seems a little bit difficult. They grabbed Monet. Yeah, that was a tall order by Armel, but he was hoping to finish him off with the axe, perhaps. There's the arena blood committed as well. Jabs is out of Starbreaker. He's not going to activate his BKB to get out just yet. They managed to stave off the aggression from Aster, but Aster did force all the TPs from Fnatic.
John Well is pulling a creep wave bottom. He's doing some no-tail stuff, trying to delay. So he did pull that was the incoming mid wave, I think. So nice job by him. So Aster didn't really have much more time there in pushing, but either way, it was good for them to go there, as now they're gonna smoke up. They already have Ori pushing in top. He does not have Boots of Travel, but he has a TP to the outpost. And they also see Armel running down the bottom lane with their great high ground ward. So they're actually just gonna pivot away and look to follow him.
Yeah, and they're gonna find Armel. DJ might be able to block the smoke, however. Let's see, Aster Instead, maybe they have to settle for DJ, and that's what they grab with the Bushwhack. Armel, just run. DJ gave you the chance of your life. Armel, unfortunately, has no movement, so he can only TP in the shadows, and he's going to accomplish it. Well done, DJ, actually.
Yeah, I think with them only losing the roster here again, they should be happy with this. I like the itemization on the Monkey King. He has this Orb of Corrosion, and he upgraded, or he chose to leave the Oblivion Staff casual as it is. He's now working into a Desolator, because as we stated before, they need their initiation to hit and then clap the guy that they go on, like the Wukongs with a Desol, the Orb of Corrosion, and then have the Aster follow-up not be strong enough when they come to help the guy that they hex, drop the Wukong, or hook in. So I think the itemization on Monkey is flawless, especially being down 10k gold. Sometimes you need to take a bit of a risk. And I would like to point out the Aster wards. The Tinker ward in the bottom high ground that we just saw as well is going to be great to basically stop Fnatic from doing what they understand have to do, right? As Johnwell, again, is also pulling a mid-wave, but Aster, well, they're going to knock on your bottom door this time.
Yep. How are you going to stave him off this time? Palos can at least cut a lane. She's in a good position. There's the Balance Strike to make sure to cut it early. The Glyph used, but the Glyph is used by Aster offensively to make sure that these creeps stay alive. And the range creep is still alive. Some ways to deal with it. Go Enchanted, Johnwell. Do anything. Murder that creep. It has to die. Oh no, the Tombstone. Now it's impossible for him to get close. He has to destroy the zombies little by little. The racks are being...
Armel just sold an item to get his Blink Dagger.
Okay.
Bracer, I think.
Okay, that's not that bad. Seems pretty good.
He sold all his items. No, I'm sorry.
I thought it was like he sold ads. He's like, I gotta get Blink. Oh, okay, the H just expired, but there's still a difficult opportunity for Fnatic to take. However, the racks are not down. Tombstone's still alive for 3 more seconds. Fnatic could try to force a hook, but Palos is in the way, so are the zombies. Now Armel. No, that was not that close.
Yeah, no, it's all right, you know, with him selling all his items, the hook comes close. So Fnatic, they're down 11k gold, but Aegis has expired. They have Blink, BKB, and Aghanims on the Pudge, and there are no real... There's nothing to stop the BKB dismembers or really the BKB cores from running into whoever they decide to go on and kill them. Okay. So if they do find the Bristle out of position, or with them all being ready, they can definitely look for a play with, like we said before, the Wukong's on top and go on him. But they need to do it fast, because if their BKBs were down, the counterplay by Aster is very strong.
That's what they're trying to do with the smoke. Perhaps catch him in a better position, sorry. As Jabs cuts the lane, that'll give him a little bit more vision. Fnatic, where are they going to set up camp, though? What is this plan? Are they going to the enemy jungle?
It's hard. Right now for them, it doesn't matter too much where they go, but it's rather about what they see, because they need this snappy initiation. If their go is not good, they cannot win a fight. And if Aster start the fight on them, I believe it's also not good. So their win condition is to have an obs as bottom. Jabs, he's being, you know, chased a little bit, but he will always have a BKB TP out.
Jabs, he might still be able to make it out. Solar Guardian once again. Okay.
As mid lane, okay.
Very interesting use of that Solar Guardian. However,
they're all taking over though.
Bushwhack is beautiful, and then they get a spear as well to Palos. The perfect target. Still the BKB. Will he force the user to get out of the arena? Palos might just die to the physical attacks. Palos is gone. Jabs is forced to BKB TP back home, as Junwell stays here to get rid of the Tombstone, and then they'll get rid of his life.
Yeah, Aster are trying to not give them like really any space on the map, right? They understand how far ahead they are. As Fnatic, they did bring back the game a little bit. Again, they're doing the side lane stuff very well. They do get caught mid, very nicely played by Boboka. This Blink Dagger on Hoodwink, I've been seeing it a bit more lately. Also, I think the fact that the Boomerang is the shard is really cool. Allows you to have even more damage, and then you amplify the spell damage, and the movement slow is great. As Coil in the enemy base.
Yep.
He just Starbreakers out of it with the shard. Or it missed, or did he Starbreak out?
Oh, could be a Starbreaker. The Starbreaker, yeah, could be. I didn't see. Regardless, the Dawnbreaker's fine. Monkey King has no BKB though when he comes back, and this Glyph is about to end. Remember, they got Glyph back from the breaking of the tier 3s, because that's how it works now. That's why the Glyph was off.
Right. As they're looking to chase a little bit. So I would like Fnatic. It sometimes can feel bad because you're behind in a game, but again, I would like them to understand and feel the strength of their lineup and the fact that Aster have no counterplay to these BKBs. Whoever they decide to go on, whoever isn't Puck, because he has an A on disc, their lineup is not weak. They have a lot of strong things going for them right now. Their cores, if they decide to go on someone together, they can, and they will kill this hero. And I think it can even be the Bristleback, as long as you don't have to get out of position with all of your heroes. So if the Bristleback is ever stepping up a little too much, or you get to hook him in and then drop a Wukong, I would really like to see Fnatic combine their spells soon.
Mel trying to finish up Monet. Here comes the Dawnbreaker as well. Palos as well still has that ultimate, but careful with it. Don't want to go in the middle of the fight. Jabs instead is going to be taking that role, and Jabs trying to TP in the middle of it. It's going to work out. They didn't spear him in time. His BKB did expire. It didn't really matter. Done well as the second tank here, but he's not so lucky. They drop the snakes, however, Palos now using the Wukong's command and keeping at least the Mars inside of it, but that's not the easier target to kill, which means Armel is dead. DJ2, Palos is once again TPing in the middle of his command. Just a bunch of nothing for Fnatic. They're delaying this, but they're not quite getting anything out of it.
Yeah, not really. It's just perhaps Aster are making it very hard for them. They have like all these few support fans as Arena on Jabs.
Yeah, Jabs is going to die as a result.
Yeah, so this is gonna be 2 racks. Or is it gonna be more? What do you think? I'm gonna call 2 racks.
Yeah, 2 lanes a rack.
Oh, maybe a Monkey King.
I think it's just game, man. GG, there you go.
This game. Yeah, you're right.
Well, yeah, this game felt a little bit helpless for Fnatic. Just, like halfway through the game, right? Felt like they lost the momentum and they just could never get it back. It seemed like it was very Aster favored the whole game.